Hello friends, welcome to the bridge connecting aspirants. In this video, our focus is on current events of national and international importance of 22nd April 2020. If you are watching this video for first time, please do subscribe to my channel and share it, and also check out my other videos on UPSC books and reference. Alright, let us enter into the content. So, you already know every day we split our current affairs into two sections. One is factual information for prelims and another section the events which are important for both prelims and mains. Okay, let us begin with facts for prelims. First and foremost, Civil Services Day. I forgot to mention it in yesterday's video. So it is celebrated on 21st of April every year, and happy belated Civil Services Day to all of you. Why is it observed? See, in 1947, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has addressed the first batch of probationaries, that is the officer trainees. To commemorate that, every year 21st April we celebrate it as National Civil Services Day. On this day, there is an award called Prime Minister Award for Excellence in Public Administration is given to civil servants who have done tremendous job in civil services. Clear? And it is the objective is to rededicate themselves for the cause of citizens and renew their commitment towards the public services. Clear? Next thing which is important for prelims is Earth Day. So it is celebrated all over the world on 22nd April. Clear? So it is to show support for environmental protection, and it is led by Earth Day Network. It is a not for profit organization, and please remember the theme of this Earth Day for 2020. It is climate action. So it is highly important for prelims. Clear? Next important fact for prelims is Siam mobile app. It is developed and launched by Pune Municipal Corporation. So what is the idea behind it? It is to track effectively the persons who are in home quarantine. So it is developed under Smart Cities mission, and it has a GPS. So through this GPS, all the persons who are in home quarantine, they are tracked, and if they are moving out of their houses, immediately a notification will be sent to the authorities, and they'll come and they'll ensure that the persons in this quarantine, they are staying at the homes. So it is one of the tools to contain the spread of COVID-19. Next important thing is the World Book and Copyright Day. So every year 23rd April, that is tomorrow, is celebrated as World Book and Copyright Day. So it is organized by UNESCO, and the aim is to promote reading, publishing and copywriting. Clear? Next important thing which got highlighted is Dapper-Izo Bridge. So what is it? It is a bridge constructed by Border Roads Organization. So what is so special about it? It has constructed this bridge in 27 days across the river Subansiri. Now little bit information related to Subansiri is it is a tributary of Brahmaputra river. It is in Arunachal Pradesh, and also it is the longest tributary of Brahmaputra. Clear? Now what is the importance of this bridge? This bridge links the roads leading up to the line of actual control between India and China. So the connectivity for the military has enhanced here, so we can have more security in this region. Now moving on to the next fact. World Press Freedom Index 2020. Why was it in news? Recently, the media watchdog group called Reporters Without Borders. Please remember this, highly important for prelims. Reporters Without Borders has released the World Press Freedom Index 2020. Now some more information is Norway got first rank in this ranking, and it is the fourth consecutive time Norway has become the first nation, and followed by Finland and Denmark. So what is the performance of India? In the latest edition, India has dropped 2 places. Earlier it was in 140th position. Now it has fallen to 142nd position out of 190 nations. Alright. These are the facts which are important for prelims. Now let us move to the events which are important for both prelims and mains. First and foremost, the event which got highlighted is with respect to biomedical waste disposal. Recently, the National Green Tribunal (NGT) has raised certain concerns regarding the biomedical waste disposal. So, at the times of COVID-19 pandemic. So, what are the concerns? First and foremost, it said that there is unscientific handling of biomedical waste and by unauthorized persons. So, these are the two things. Further, it said that out of 2.7 lakh healthcare facilities, only 1.1 lakh are authorized under Biomedical Waste Management Rules 2016 so far. So, remaining 1.6 lakh healthcare facilities are unauthorized. So that means they are handling this biomedical waste in unscientific manner. So there is a high chance that these guys are prone to COVID-19. Clear? Now let us see what NGT has said in this regard. First, NGT said that there are certain gaps in the compliance of the rules related to biomedical waste management. So that gaps must be filled. So second thing is serious efforts has to be made by the states pollution control boards and committees to bridge this gap. This is second observation. Then third, it said that during this COVID-19 pandemic, there is a high need to revise our guidelines under this biomedical waste management rules. Clear? Now let us see what are these biomedical waste management rules 2016 and what is their mandate. First, it calls for phasing out of chlorinated plastic bags, gloves and blood bags etc. within 2 years, and it also calls for pre-treatment of biomedical waste, that is whatever the laboratory waste is there. So before discharging it, before disposing it, it has to be pre-treated for disinfection and sterilization must be done. Next, it also seeks to provide training to all the persons who are handling this biomedical waste disposal so that the chances of them getting certain diseases can be reduced. Next, it also proposes a barcode system for the bags containing the biomedical waste. Clear? So apart from this, color code is also there. So it was earlier given, not in the 2016 rules, right? Next, another rule is the classification into 4 categories. Earlier it was 10, now it has been classified into 4 categories so that to reduce any confusion. Clear? So further, state government shall provide land for setting up of common biomedical waste treatment and disposal facilities. Clear? So these are the rules given in 2016. So what is the significance of it? So if we follow these biomedical waste disposal rules, we can reduce the number of diseases which are rising in the person who are handling this biomedical waste. So second thing is by providing them training and by giving permission to authorized persons only, we can reduce the risk of the diseases. Clear? Now moving on to the next event. Next thing is Sujalam Supalam Jal Sanchay Abhiyan. So it is launched by Gujarat government in 2018. Now why is it in news? Recently the government gave its green signal for the third edition of the scheme. So during this COVID-19 pandemic, so in order to supplement the income to the lower strata, the scheme has been extended. So let us know a little bit about the scheme. As I said, it is launched in 2018 and the aim of the scheme is to revive the water bodies, that is to deepen the water bodies and to increase the storage capacity of those bodies. So it can be used during the situation of scarcity. You already know Gujarat is in the area of high water scarcity region. Clear? Now second thing, it involves cleaning and desilting of river fronts, then irrigation canals etc. It also includes deepening of the lakes, tanks and reservoirs. And it is a PPP model, that means public private partnership model. So out of which government will contribute 60% and remaining 40% will come from the private. Clear? That is the from people, the stakeholders. Clear? Next, the works done under this scheme, they are included under Manrega, so that they can provide extra income and work. Clear? So this is all about the scheme Sujalam Sufalam Jal Sanchay Abhiyan. So three things, remember, it is by launched by Gujarat. Next, the aim and related to Manrega. Next important event is with respect to IMF. See, IMF in its World Economic Outlook has predicted that the world economy is going to contract by 3%, right? So let us see some of the key facts related to this. First and foremost, with respect to India, it said that India's growth is expected to dip to 1.9% in 2020. So because of economic shutdown due to lockdown, the growth is going to reduce to 1.9% in 2020, and once again in 2021, if the situation gets better, it is going to increase up to 7.4%. Further, because of this lockdown in many countries, the economic activities have been affected. So one more fact, it said that due to this COVID-19, the loss to the global GDP in 2020 and 21 is almost $9 trillion. You can imagine we are at 2.5 trillion, close to 2.5 trillion dollars economy. Now you can imagine how many times it is of India's GDP. So such a huge loss has been incurred to entire world. Clear? Now a little bit about IMF, International Monetary Fund. Now, little bit about IMF. So, it was created in 1945 with an aim to ensure economic stability, that is international monetary stability, and it has 189 members, and it comes up with various reports and issues various guidelines. Clear? So, please do have a look at it from Wikipedia. So these are the events which got highlighted in 22nd April. So let us do a quick revision. What are the events which got highlighted for prelims? First and foremost, Civil Services Day, which is celebrated on 21st April. Earth Day, which is celebrated on 22nd April. Then World Book Day, which is celebrated on 23rd April. This is not important, but these two are highly important. Please remember that. Then SIAM app, so launched by Pune Municipal Corporation. Then finally the press index, World Press Index. See, it is published by Reporters Without Borders. Clear? So these are the events which were important for prelims. Now events which are important for both prelims and mains. First and foremost, the NGT concerns and guidelines with respect to biomedical waste management. Clear? Next, second thing is with respect to world economy and the predictions done by IMF. Then third thing is the scheme launched by Gujarat, that is approved by Gujarat, which is Sujalam Sufalam Jal Abhiyan. Clear? So please do revise, and if you have any doubts, please do comment and I'll reply within 24 hours. And don't forget to subscribe and press on the bell icon to get the notifications. Thank you very much.